Thanks, Eric. The U.S. and Cuba are moving to restore diplomatic relations that Washington severed more than a half a century ago. It's a White House effort to reunite what have been bitter enemies, but it's not without danger.
Havana, known for its charm and vintage cars,
Snow started falling early this morning.
And though we're not expecting more than a few inches, visibility is low and roads are already slick, as many of us have already found out.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has demanded the European Union keep the Palestinian militant group Hamas on its terror list. An EU court ruled Hamas should be removed from the European Union's terrorist list. Most Western countries agree with Israel that Hamas is a terror organization, which has openly called for the destruction of Israel. And Kurdish Iraqi forces have launched a major operation to retake the militant-held town of Sinjar in northern Iraq. It's part of a push to secure the road that leads directly to the Syrian border. Peshmerga forces moved into town, which had been under control of ISIS since August. Peshmerga fighters have worked for months to push back the militants. Life expectancy is changing. What one study found out about the life expectancy rates during the last 20 years. See, I don't mind it being that cold, but the sun needs to be out.
Yeah,
that's
right.
my one thing.
I can agree with that. I wasn't with you at the beginning. You said, I don't mind it being that cold. I'm thinking, like, no, I do mind it. I do mind it. But
tis the season for
that.
that.
Well, the winter starts this weekend,
right.
so
Sunday.
It's only right.
Yep.
It's only appropriate.
Yep.
So thanks a lot, Eric.
Okay.
Appreciate you. City managers are now trying to come up with a new strategy to increase sales tax revenue.
Columbia City Council members rejected the hiring of a firm that would have researched how to increase sales tax revenue and promote Columbia's retail market. KMU8's Greg Daly has more with why right now. Nigerian officials are just releasing this hour that Boko Haram insurgents have kidnapped at least 185 women and children and killed 32 people in a raid. The raid targeted the northeast village of Gumsuri in Nigeria. Gunmen in pickup trucks attacked the village and burned it to the ground after abducting the women and children. Details of the attack took 4 days to release because of the loss of telecommunications following previous attacks. The terror group Hamas held its biggest military exercise since the end of a 50-day war in Gaza over the summer. Ground forces of Hamas led the military exercises on the ruins of Israeli settlements that were abandoned in 2005. Palestinian officials have reported a member of Hamas military wing and 4 others were killed during an explosion today. Now you know the newest. Here's your health report. Good morning. It's Thursday, December 18th, 2014. I'm Shale Remien and Frangie Bailey.
And I'm Christian Bryant.
I'm Eric Aldrich, and some of us, not some, all of us, are waking up to a little bit of light.
For a year and a half, the Boston Marathon suspect is expected to make a court appearance.
A final
minister says Monday's deadly siege in Sydney Cafe may have been preventable. Critics are now demanding to know why the gunman was out on bail despite facing a string of violent charges. 50-year-old man Heron Monis burst into the downtown Sydney Cafe, taking 17 people hostage. Monis and 2 of the hostages were killed when police stormed into the cafe 16 hours later. An Afghan police officer is dead after a Taliban terrorist detonated his vehicle in the outskirts of Kabul today. 3 others were also injured in the blast. The head of the criminal investigation for the Kabul police says he received intelligence a suicide bomber was going to blow up his car. Police found the car in question and were following it when the car exploded. Protests continue around the country against police brutality, but as of last night, the St. Louis area can say goodbye to the National Guard. Live look over Lake of the Ozarks. It's about 6:35 on your Thursday morning. This is KMU8 News. A lawmaker in Missouri is pushing for another abortion regulation. State Representative Rick Bratton wants to make women get their father's approval before an abortion can be performed. This bill proposed that, quote, no abortion shall be performed or induced unless until the father of the unborn child provides written unnotarized consent to the abortion. The only exception to the bill, an abortion can be performed if it was, quote, legitimate rape. And the man with the bow tie will be visiting Montgomery City and Fulton later today. University of Missouri Chancellor R. Bowen Lofton is set to visit students, staff, and volunteers to discuss the importance of higher education. Lofton will also discuss the Eating from the Garden program and how MU Extension strengthens the economy, families, and community. Fulton is now taking steps to improve the sewer system in the city. Tuesday night, the City Council approved a sewer manhole rehabilitation project funded by a $543,000 grant. Currently, manholes in the city allow too much additional water to flow into the wastewater treatment plant. The city engineer says that is a problem because the plant can't handle all of that water. He says the plant fills with 2 days. Today is free shipping day and more than 900 retailers are taking part this year. Retailers will waive the shipping and delivery fees with delivery still guaranteed by Christmas Eve. There is also no minimum purchase required. Visit freeshippingday.com to check out all of today's free shipping day offers. And today is the U.S. Postal Service's busiest delivery day for holiday cards and letters. During the holiday season, the Postal Service processes 553 million of pieces of mail per day. While today is the Postal Service's busiest delivery day of cards and letters, tomorrow will be the busiest delivery day for packages. The Postal Service projects a total of 15.5 billion cards, letters, and packages will be delivered from Thanksgiving